this is something I've been speaking to quite a bit, and it's affecting a lot of bands that are touring because there's new tours that need to start for new material that's come out, and there's also tours that are still catching up. And there's only so many tour buses to go around. Now, I'm not usually one to side with, Glenn Danzig and his attitude, but Danzig postponed shows due to tour bus shortage. This is a thing that is hitting, big bands everywhere. But I think there's some cool things in this article too that kind of talk about Danzig a little bit, the history, and maybe some peeps. Because I personally learned about the Misfits and all that through Danzig. I learned about it all backwards. You see what I'm saying? So, it was really kind of a different thing growing up for me. The first album of which they are playing on the shows. Now they got on August 4th, Danzig's social media was updated in the following statement. Due to current tour bus shortage, we are forced to move the Las Vegas to SoCal shows to the end of tour September 22nd and 23rd in order to secure a tour bus. Now this is how tight it is, man. And I mean, if something gets screwed up, they've lost it until whenever. The Las Vegas show will remain in the same venue for the Friday, September 22nd date, but the SoCal show had to be moved to the Toyota Arena, Ontario, California, Saturday, September 23rd. And they're playing with Behemoth, Twin Temple, Midnight. I mean, it's going to be a great show. Now, talks about, Danzig was the band that, grew up with. They were from, the Misfits that kind of like evolved into Sam Hain and then, turned into Danzig once Rick Rubin got involved with them. Is basically, what is explained in this article and is pretty much, what has happened. Say what you want about Rick Rubin, but, his ear has brought us some good albums. Now, they are playing this album in its entirety at their shows. So the first album, the Danzig's first album, I don't care. We could fight the comments. That is a solid album from beginning to end. Danzig was putting out some solid ones especially his first few albums. And even a little more. He really churned out some good albums you could just put on and just let it ride. And like songs like Twisted Cane, She Rides, all these classics that have come from that era. There's the poster and the post due to current tour bus shortage. We have been forced to move our Las Vegas, everything that I just, read, but, yeah. So, yeah, everybody out there, in the, SoCal Vegas area, your show has been moved to a different time because there are tour bus shortages everywhere. It's a big problem. It's not, something that's like, just affecting, smaller bands. I mean, even smaller bands have taken to the fact that they're just going to try to, make their own bus, or try to put the money into their own vehicle. And that can come with its own, there's a reason why these bands don't own their own tour buses, and I think they try to keep that on the down low because it does make them perhaps seem a little like you don't own your own tour bus, you know. Well, no, not all bands, you know, own a fleet of tour buses with their name on them. No, no, no. But this just goes to a broader point that the touring for everyone. I think that this was also a decision making in the Nightwish thing where they're not going to tour, although that, you know, Flores mentioned that, you know, she's ready to go and all that. I think some of that it's a logistics thing. There is only so much to go around, and there is a lot of bands that need a lot of things right now. And there's, you know, anybody out there right now, I'm just saying, anybody out there that's got the money wanting to get into the tour bus industry or the, you know, the roadie industry, I'm sure they're looking for people. So yeah, you know, I hate to like pimp out like places like Live Nation or whatever, but there's a lot of, you know, venues and places that probably need people and probably pay pretty good. I don't know about their, you know, dental and all that good stuff, but yeah, it's weird and it's a shame. But it just goes to show that, you know, we have a finite amount of, you know, things to go around for people to use to do what they need to do. And the upside is that given all these tours, there's a lot of cool things going on, a lot of cool reissues and all that. We're going to get into some of that a little later with like Alice Cooper reissues and stuff like that. And I think that's cooler for the newer generation to also experience these bands in their form, you know. Misfits, same man. I mean, Misfits is still rocking and rolling, you know, and you know this is a very cool thing. I think with the whole, you know, it's just some dates got screwed, and it just goes further to my point that I've been making on a lot of videos that, you know, there is a tour bus shortage, and that is a factor in why bands are deciding to hold off on touring or their touring is weird. But yeah, if yeah, definitely like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. See you in the next one. Have a good day.